bringing you valuable insights by decoding the world's best books. Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Today we're exploring a book called Five Flavors. Judging by the title, you might think this is about food. You're absolutely right. The subtitle reveals it's 32 food essays by Wang Zhengi, compiling the author's culinary writings. The title, Five Flavors, symbolizes how the book blends food commentary with life philosophy and human experiences. Wang Zhengi is arguably the most beloved contemporary Chinese writer. Wang passed away in 1997. In the 20 years following his death, over 100 editions of his works were published by dozens of publishers, including two complete collections. The true measure of a deceased writer's popularity lies in their republication frequency. By this standard, few contemporary writers can match Wang's enduring appeal. Wang wrote novels, essays, and scripts, with his essays covering diverse subjects, though his food writings remain most cherished. His essay Duan Wu's Duck Eggs, about Gayo salted eggs, was included in middle school textbooks, leaving lasting impressions. So deeply ingrained is this association that we immediately recall the old man who wrote about salted eggs when Wang's name is mentioned. Today's Five Flavors focuses specifically on Wang's culinary essays. Let's discover how he uses food to narrate life's complex flavors. Wang's culinary descriptions are deeply rooted in regional characteristics. His writings predominantly feature cuisines from Goyu, Beijing, Kunming, and Zhangjiakou, places where he lived extensively. These locations held special significance in his life. Jiangsu's Gaoyu, Wang's birthplace, nurtured him through his formative years, from kindergarten to junior high. Wang noted that when in southern Jiangsu or Zhejiang, mentioning his Gaoyu origin would elicit immediate recognition. Ah, your hometown's salted duck eggs. Oh, flattered by this praise, Wang felt somewhat defensive, as if his hometown was only known for duck eggs. Yet, he conceded that Gayo's salted eggs were truly exceptional, surpassing all others he'd tasted during his travels. If Galyu eggs boast creamy texture, rich oil content, and tender whites, unlike the chalky texture elsewhere, but the crowning glory is their golden red yolks. When eating, you poke it with chopsticks, squeak, and red oil gushes out. Look inside. The yolk is deep crimson. Northern Jiangsu has a famous dish called cinnabar tofu, made with Galyu salted egg yolks. The cinnabar metaphor vividly conveys the intense redness of the yolks. As the saying goes, having crossed oceans, ordinary water won't do. After Gayu eggs, others pale in comparison for Wang. Through these eggs, we see the stubborn old man's profound love for his hometown. Another childhood memory haunting Wang is pickled vegetable and arrowhead soup. Wang recalled winter days when snowfall meant guaranteed pickled vegetable soup for lunch. The best pickles are 4 to 5 days fermented, chopped and stewed with arrowhead slices. Though childhood overexposure bred dislike, distance eventually rekindled affection. At mentor Shen Kong Wen's home, Mrs. Zhang's arrowhead stir-fry triggered memories. Shen praised it enthusiastically. This moment reconnected Wang with his roots. Dao Yu memories became literary gold for Wang. Culinary elements particularly abound. Beyond the famous duck egg essay, Five Flavors includes pieces like hometown foods and hometown wild vegetables. He chronicled fried rice, snails, wild ducks, quail, wolfberries, and shepherd's purse. Making puffed rice requires skilled artisans who tour neighborhoods after winter solstice. These craftsmen carry sieves and long-handled shovels, working for meals and small fees. Special jars preserve puffed rice. Wang's grandmother used dried pomelo shells. Her pomelo shell container lasted a lifetime. Another emergency food was scorched rice powder. Scorched literally means burnt. Powder comes from ground, burnt rice crusts, mixable with water into paste. Having explored Gaoyu, let's explore Beijing cuisine. Having lived there over 40 years, Beijing became Wang Zhenqi's second hometown after Gaoyu. He developed deep affection for this adopted city. His writings detail Beijing's specialties: dozier, fermented bean drink, stinky tofu, jjajangmyeon noodles, and sweet pea cakes. His culinary descriptions showcase remarkable observational precision. Take Beijing's autumn fattening tradition. Barbecue meat, he details the iron grill called zizi. Zizi means roasting. The grill uses flat iron bars within circular frames. He meticulously describes slicing mutton paper thin, seasoning preparation, and using long chopsticks to place meat on the grill. Patrons stand on benches, eating and drinking mixed aromatic smoke, creating unique ambiance. Beijing's bold flavors challenge newcomers' palates. When Wang first arrived, friends tested him with duck and hot pot before daring. "Can you handle dozier?" "Of course," Wang replied. They went to a shop where friends warned many vomit after first sip. Unexpectedly, Wang downed the bowl in few gulps. "Well?" they asked. "Another bowl." Such vivid anecdotes fill his works. These details reveal Wang's adaptable nature. Over time, Wang became fully integrated into Beijing life. A southerner, he adapted culinary habits, embracing Beijing-style tofu with leek flowers instead of century eggs. He even created new dishes using local ingredients. His essay collection, Puchao Anthology, references Beijing neighborhoods where he lived. Simple yet rooted names reflect his sense of belonging. In later years, Wang became quintessential Beijing elder, from mannerisms to masterful use of local dialect in writing. When describing Beijing's flat beans, Wang noted, "They come in varieties: regular flat beans and pole-grown frame beans. There's even stick beans with cylindrical pods." His writing brims with playful rhythm. Kunming became Wang's memorable wartime chapter, studying and teaching at Southwest Associated University. Thus, Five Flavors contains numerous Kunming culinary accounts. After middle school, Wang undertook a perilous journey from Gayu through Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Vietnam to reach Kunming. He graduated from SWAU's Chinese department, remaining in Yunnan as teacher for 7 years. Though impoverished in Yan, Long cherished those memories. There he began writing under Shen Kongwen's mentorship, publishing initial works like Cold Night and Spring originated as Shen's assignments. Shen recommended them to local papers, laying foundation for Wang's career. Food became integral to these memories. Wartime scarcity made culinary delights particularly memorable. Long's essays like Kunming Cuisine document local specialties: bridge rice noodles, Yunnan ham, steamed pot chicken. It detailed steamed pot chicken preparation: chopped chicken at shallots and Sao Ko, then steam. Tel Ko, black cardamom, southern spice. Seal pot with cloth, place over boiling water. Steam rises through central pipe, slowly cooking chicken. Steam condensation preserves original flavors better than boiling. Wang declared, "If China held chicken cooking contest, which deserves gold?" Kunming steam pot chicken. He also praised local fruits and mushrooms: pear, peach, morel, chicken fat fungus, describing Kunming's ganba fungus. Its bizarre appearance resembles a crushed wasp nest, colored like dried cow dung with debris. Cleaning is laborious, but stir-fried with pork and peppers, divine. When friends visited Kunming, Wang insisted they try all mushroom varieties. One friend indeed sampled every fungus while staying with local acquaintances. She recalled SWAU female students' carrot-eating trend. Why? Poor yet food-loving girls. Kunming carrots, pale yellow, foot-long, crisp and sweet with mild flavor, rich in carotene and vitamin C. Nutritional claims spread. But who started the rumor that carrots contain trace arsenic for beauty? Thus, carrot consumption surged. Girls bought them by the bunch, dozens at a time. Munching carrots while discussing foreign literature became campus soundtrack. Wang's wartime essays document this unique campus food culture. Now to Zhangjiakou, Wang's labor camp during political movements. Though traumatic, Wang found beauty through adaptability. He ate purslane and Shellingzi, precious food then. Memories balance hardship with humor. Few know Wang was also an accomplished painter and calligrapher. Spring 1961, at Shaolingzi Agricultural Institute brought unique assignment. Create potato variety illustrations for research station. Daily routine. Collect dewy potato flowers or leaves at dawn. Arrange in glass for painting. Wang quipped, "This was truly living like immortals." After documenting each potato variety, Wang would roast them in cow dung fires and eat them. "I bet few nationwide have tasted as many potato varieties as I have," he claimed. He described varieties the massive, barren potato could suffice as a meal. Another sweet, crisp variety served as fruit substitute. And the prized purple variety had chestnut-like texture when steamed. Wang also wrote about Zhangjiacao's oat noodles, familiar through modern Shibe Yumian village chain, steamed oat dough shaped like cat ears, dipped in vinegar, chili, garlic sauce. Plain oat dough becomes delicious when paired with zesty condiments. Wang's culinary chronicles extend beyond these regions, encompassing Inner Mongolian lamb hand grabs to Cantonese roast suckling pig. He documented Zhejiang's Jinhua ham, Hunan bacon, Dongbei hot pot, and Shaoxing's pork with dried mustard greens. Ningbo's salted yellow croaker stewed with pork, dried fish rehydrated in braising sauce. The dish combines fatty pork's richness with oceanic umami, creating glossy crimson perfection. Wang's travels, whether work or leisure, always included culinary anthropology. He maintained acute observational skills towards daily life's minutiae. In Shandong, Yellow River carp inspired cultural insights. Locals bless couples with reawait your carp instead of wedding invites. Optimal carp weight, 1.5 kilograms for best flavor and value. Wang noted Water Margin's Wu Yang mistakenly recommended 7 kilograms carps. Proof the author lacked culinary experience. Quipped, "Bigger doesn't mean better." Thus, Wang's carp feast became both gastronomic pleasure and literary critique. Broad knowledge makes life fascinating. Wang advocated culinary open-mindedness. She said, "Expand your palate, embrace variety, no need for fuss." He believed we shouldn't judge others' diets. What we avoid might be others' delicacies, like Cantonese eating water beetles, or Dai people enjoying bitter intestinal sauce with meat. These might sound appalling to outsiders, but are completely normal within their cultural contexts. Wang argued diverse tastes help adapt to different environments. His food essays brim with unique snacks and homemade creations, like Nanjing's Temple Fair stinky tofu skewers resembling Beijing's candied haas, elegant ladies in qupaos munching multiple stinky tofu skewers while strolling. Wang's descriptions transform mundane snacks into poetic experiences. He once tried candied lamb tail in Inner Mongolia's Siziwang banner. Novelty factor: caramelized desserts usually use fruits or vegetables, not animal parts. The dish revealed thin, crispy shell enclosing melted fat. This should be Buddha's offering too divine for mortals. Wang didn't just write about food. He actively experimented with ingredients and techniques. His culinary repertoire included spinach salads, corn stir-fries, and creative cold dishes. He revived childhood memories through cooking for family and friends. When writer Ni Hualing visited, Wang's sliced dried tofu soup made her drink every last drop. The emptied bowl became mutual celebration of culinary joy. Wang constantly invented new dishes through culinary experimentation. His most famous creation, stuffed fried dough sticks, split oil sticks into halves, cut into segments, stuff with seasoned pork mixed with pickles, then deep fry until crispy. The alum-treated dough's slight bitterness creates superior crunch to spring rolls. Many dishes originate from gluttons' wild ideas, Wang admitted, himself being chief culprit. He exchanged cooking tips through letters, sharing latest culinary innovations with friends. Though essays, 5 Flavors showcases novelistic techniques, recipe formats, and scholarly research, the novelist's food writings employ fictional narrative styles, like describing soap nut seeds, used for laundry in his hometown, but eaten in Yunnan. Absolutely unheard of. The glutinous seeds proved tasty but required moderation. At Tinchong Banquet, A Hebei man gorged on soapnut dessert despite warnings. Stop, Wang cautioned. The man ignored. The result? Immediate bathroom dash. The slippery seeds acted as natural laxative. Wang consciously refined literary language, blurring fiction-essay boundaries. His later writings achieved linguistic perfection. From hometown foods. Persane flowers bloom like tiny pouches. Sometimes we caught mute cicadas. How disappointing. We'd cap their eyes with purslane petals. Perfect fit, then release. They'd fly desperately high until vanishing. Colloquial terms like mute cicada and dialect verbs release transform childhood memories into literary gems. Wang's diverse writing styles include recipe-like essays like Meat Eaters Aren't Vulgar and Home Cooking. Radish salad recipe. Wash small red radishes, called young hua radish in South. Keep skin, slice diagonally into fine shreds, lightly sugar and serve. Vibrant colors make this dish visually appealing. Yangzhou's radish silk chrysanthemum uses 3-oil dressing. 3-oil dressing refers to soy sauce, vinegar, and sesame oil mixture. Steamed pork with bean paste. Partially cook pork rump, fry skin until blistered, slice thickly sandwiching bean paste. Steam until tender. Elevating recipe writing to literary form became Wang's signature innovation. Wang's meticulous documentation of culinary experiments, even recreating unknown dishes, delighted readers worldwide. His food writings often included historical gastronomic research. Blending scholarly knowledge with engaging narratives became his hallmark. Investigating pui, ancient text mystery vegetable identified as winter mallows. Citing Han Dynasty poem, pound grain for rice, pick kui for soup. What was kui? Tracking references from classic of poetry to Ming herbal texts, finally solved in Qing botanical work. Epiphany in Nanchang, street vendor washing roundleaf greens. Winter mallows? This scholarly detective story combined textual research with field observation, reconstructing Song Dynasty diets, mostly pork or mutton with elaborate bread varieties, noting absence of modern delicacies. Sea cucumber, shark fin replaced by chrysanthemum cakes and oil breads. There's also marrow cake, made with boiled cattle or sheep bone marrow, as filling. It cited Min Yuan Lao's Eastern Capital Dream Records, documenting Song culinary practices. For instance, 2 wealthy households each had over 50 cooking stoves. Over 100 stoves baking simultaneously created spectacular scenes. Song diners enjoyed fruits with wine, fresh or dried citrus, pears, sugarcane, persimmons, roasted chestnuts. They practiced individual portioning rather than communal dining, more hygienic by modern standards. Wang thus concluded Song dining habits were surprisingly sanitary. Wang loved reading eclectic texts, local gazetteers, travelogues, art theories. His favorites included dream pool essays and old stories of Wulin, historical records of customs and nature. I prefer Song dynasty notes over Tang tales, he remarked. Regarding culinary studies, Mu Qijin's illustrated flora profoundly influenced his work. During Shanghai years, this became his most read reference. He specially wrote about Wang Pan's Ming-era wild vegetable manual. Wang Pan shared his Gaoyu hometown origins. Though recording only 52 recipes, Wang considered them authentically documented, having explored regional cuisines and writing techniques in 5 flavors. The book exudes culinary aromas and human warmth alike. Wang acknowledged Confucian influence, its philosophy rich in human compassion. He called himself a Chinese lyrical humanist, prioritizing human dignity and care. This humanist spirit permeates his culinary essays, earthy and moving. Through food writings, Wang memorialized ordinary people and hometown memories rather than grand events. Ordinary life may seem trivial, but collectively it forms a solid, tangible historical tapestry. Every commoner's life carries inherent dignity and intrinsic significance across eras. The beauty and poetry within ordinary people form the timeless essence of Wang's works. That concludes our exploration of 5 flavors. Study notes await below the audio. Until tomorrow.